say let's get into the game. Over on the commentating booth station, we have Wavepunk and Findable Carpet ready to commentate this last match. Take it away, guys.
Thanks so much, Axel Toss. I'm Wavepunk, joined by Findable Carpet, and this is just one of the most pumped matches we've ever had.
This is a mess. I've already, as you can tell, my throat's been betraying me. My voice has been cracking all day. It's just going to get worse, so brace yourself. I hope to see a lot of the crack spams in chat. But overall, like, this is, I've never seen a matchup mean so much for so many teams, because it's not just these two.
Right.
There are two teams waiting to see how this goes, and they're just sitting, staring, watching, and hoping.
We've been saying the entire group stage that every game matters, and it all comes down to this one. Every variation of the way this series could come out gives us a different way the top four pans out. Like they said, Cosmic is out, but we have Mocket, we have Genesis, we have Kings of Urban all vying to be in that top up there with Lucky Bounce and Exodus, who have already clinched those spots. But if Kings of Urban were to 5-0, they take the second spot. Exodus drops down to third. If it goes 4-1, they go in third. Mocket gets fourth. There's so many different ways this could pan out. It's nuts.
Every game's going to be such a huge deal. But again, like, I don't even know if I could make a prediction. I know that at the desk they want the four-way tie. I think we all want it just for the excitement factor.
Just for craziness.
But even if you ask me to sit down and make a prediction, neither of these teams has ever been at such, like, has to fight for so much.
Right.
Right now they're fighting for the spot in this finals, potential to go into the LAN. Both of these teams are at risk of not making it in, depending on the point system, who ends where. They're too much is at liberty at where other teams end. So I think this is going to be an all-out just mayhem match.
And you got to give it to these two teams. Their fate is in their hands right now. They get to make or break it. You know, it's got to be rough for like Mocket sitting on the sidelines watching like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen here. But Genesis, Kings of Urban, it comes down to this, folks. We're going to have Kings of Urban in the blue, Genesis in the orange for your last matchup of the NA group stages. It could not have been a more hyped day. See as it goes here. Pluto trying to play this one off the wall. Ball remaining very neutral. Finally, Quinn picking it up, sending it towards Kings of Urban goal. It crosses, but no one able to put it away just yet. Jacob picks up ball control.
Quick contest already out of Genesis. Really trying to put it on there. They're contesting the balls. They're getting in the way. Pluto, while he didn't have that one touch, he ended up following it all the way down. Ooh, almost a whiff, leaving it in their own half.
Sad Jr. sends that one towards the net, but Jacob not able to make the shot just yet. Fireburner picks it up. He's going to play it past Pluto, but can't get it past Quinn. Keeps it in the corner, keeping us scoreless here with 4:25 left to play. There's Espion pushing this one up into Kings of Urban territory, puts it off the backboard. Fireburner able to clear it up to Jacob. Jacob misses the touch. Quinn sets it up for Fireburner. Shot going on net. Pluto with the epic save.
Ooh, I was a little scared that was going to drop in. Right now, both teams just need to be faster. It's looking like Genesis is getting a little bit beat out. They're leaving too many balls. I mean, right now, I'm surprised that ball even took that long to get to by either KOU or Genesis.
Right, yeah. No, they both took a lot of time there. I fully expected someone to make a kind of a long shot. Not happening just yet. Both teams, they have to play so aggressively, yet they both just want, no one wants to be the first one to make a mistake there. Quinn sending that one in from the far wall. That's Genesis up by one.
It looked like this may have been it. Quinn puts this out back towards a teammate, and then an accidental own goal.
Just as I said, the first team, they don't want to be the first team to make a mistake.
Well, that was one of the biggest mistakes you can possibly make, but again, it was just a mishap. He was trying to come back. He was trying to retreat. Quinn puts it directly at him. He wasn't prepared, and he puts it in his own net.
Such a scary situation. Everything on the line right now. Sad Jr. gets it past. What a shot there, tying it back up.
The counter touch. Going up the wall, waiting for that second touch, hesitating just enough, and then popping it over Espion. Espion jumped up just a little bit too early. He didn't. I think he thought Sad Jr. was going to actually start an air dribble, so he thought it was going to be a little bit slower, but then Sad Jr. pops it off the wall, gets it over Espion, and sinks it in to tie the game.
Minute and 26 seconds in, and it's all tied up. Jacob up on the offense. Pluto takes it from him and is able to get it over and into the other side there. He puts it up onto the corner. See Espion going to respond, but Sad Jr. gets it past him, sending it back to midfield. Quinn Lobdell tries to respond here, but Sad Jr., nice patience, gives it to Fireburner. Pluto gets the block, leaving it dead in front of their own goal. Quinn can't get the shot, but Sad Jr. sends it back into the box. Espion has to make the clear from the side. Heads up play from Quinn and not touch that one, send it towards his own net. But the Kings of Urban are still threatening. Ball in Genesis territory. Jacob puts it up. Pluto able to send it down midfield. See who is able to respond. Fireburner, first one to get there. Quinn pops it out to the middle. Espion puts it back onto the wall. Ball just sitting in midfield, no one there to respond. Jacob takes a shot. Sad Jr. able to get the reader. Oh, went off the post. Jacob got the credit for the goal.
Some mispositioning. I'm a little surprised. Pluto kind of wanted to go for it, but then he kind of rotated back. No one took the spot of net, and that just pinched in. And Jacob got the credit for that shot, so I don't know if Espion's one that accidentally put it in, tried to get the save. It was going to hit to the right of the post, but then he saw someone from KOU coming in, and Genesis wasn't able to save that.
3 minutes left. Kings of Urban up by 1 in game number 1 of the last match of the group stage. Jacob picking this one up, sending it over the top of players. Espion passes it back, but Sad Jr. able to pick it up and send it into the corner. Pluto waits out for Sad Jr.'s touch and then decides to go for boost, leaving the defense, and Sad Jr.'s able to put another one in there. Kings of Urban up by 2.
These tight angle shots, watch Sad Jr. take his time with this. He gets the touch, then he sees it. He waits for the bounce, and he puts it up high. He didn't put it as high as I thought he would. I think he was going to go for the top post. Quinn looks like he might have had that. He wasn't in the best position. It wasn't the fastest ball, so I'm kind of surprised Quinn didn't get a good touch on it. But again, from the angle we saw, it's hard to know exactly what he had.
Sad Jr. sends that one into the corner. Ball is rolling up high as Pluto tries to respond, sends it up to the midfield, gets it across and over into blue corner. Jacob didn't know what to do with it. Now Fireburner going to come out from goal. Pluto gets it past him, see if he can set this one up for his team. They have one on the board, and it's been an own goal. At this point, they have not created much offense. Genesis needs to respond to Kings of Urban. They want to keep their tournament hopes alive. Everything on the line. Sad Jr. sends that one flying towards the net, but Pluto able to clear it away.
It looks like Genesis is just a little slow at the moment. They're letting a lot of balls go unanswered in the middle of the field, and that tends to be where KOU excels at. They will contest everything you let them, and then if you give them open shots, they're going to make passing plays and they're going to make shots from midfield.
Pluto picking up ball control. Fireburner tries to take it from him, but he keeps the forward momentum. There's another shot from Jacob. Quinn with a great interception, keeping it out of goal. Pluto's going to need to rotate as Quinn picks up ball control out at midfield. Fireburner and Jacob back for Kings of Urban. They're able to put it up to midfield, but Pluto responds and has an opportunity onto the net. Jacob sends it onto the far wall. See what Espion's doing. He's been far back. Now he's able to clear it onto the far wall. Now Sad Jr. up to Fireburner. Bounces back out. Jacob wasn't ready for that touch, but keeps it in the corner, keeping the pressure on. Quinn Lobdell sends it up onto the wall. He's going to go for a second touch here. Gets it over Fireburner. It's online. What a shot from Quinn. 3-2 Genesis.
Quinn gets there just in time, gets up underneath this nice touch to himself. He follows through. He angles his car, knows exactly where it's going to bounce. Fireburner just found himself a little bit too below the ball. He wasn't able to come at it from behind the ball. He can't get up quick enough, and Quinn Lobdell just gets under it enough to put it into net.
Sending that one off the side wall. Knew everything he needed to do with that one. Cuts the lead down to just 1 point with 1:25 left to go. Kings of Urban still up in game number 1. Sad Jr. with a redirect towards the goal. Espion in the correct position to block that one out. Now Fireburner in the corner as Espion pops it up. Sad Jr. tries to respond but misses. Espion also misses. A lot of space for this ball right now. Quinn's the first to go in for it. Sends it into the corner. Jacob intercepts it before Espion can get his touch. Quinn is far up enough. Quinn falling back as Espion picks up ball control. 2 players back right now for Kings of Urban. But Espion sends that one straight towards Sad Jr. And now we have final minute of gameplay. Genesis still needs 1 to come back into this.
KOU is interrupting all of the Genesis passing plays. Every time I see a Genesis player put it up towards one of his teammates that's up in the opponent's half, a KOU player beats him there every time. He gets between the ball. They're being very good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Quinn Lobdell getting the dunk there, but it wasn't able to send it quite on net. 40 seconds left. They need 1 to equalize. Jacob's pulling this one up on the wall, trying to play this one around, sends it into the corner. It's going to bounce towards the goal. Espion pops it. It crosses the goal. He keeps that one with shot from materializing, but they need to create a shot of their own. 30 seconds left. He goes up for the touch. Fireburner gets it first. Quinn hanging back in goal. Needs to be aggressive. He misses on the touch. The ball's still sitting at midfield. Espion going to pop that one to the far side. Quinn puts it off the wall. Sad Jr. interrupts it to keep it from going in front of any Genesis players. Pluto tries to get in the way of that one. 10 seconds left for them to score and tie this game up and continue to try and create their tournament hopes. The ball moving towards the right goal, but now Jacob able to clear it into the corner. Final second, it touches the ground. That's game 1 for Kings of Urban.
Either way, a very close game, a 1-point game, which means I expect these next 4 games to go just the same, which means until game 5, I'm hoping we have no idea who's going to make it, who idea is going to be in the top. It seemed like Genesis may have been, I don't know, almost like they were playing to what they thought KOU was or wasn't going to do. There was a point where Quinn sat in net a little bit too long. I think he expected a KOU player to contest the ball, and nobody did. And then by the time he was ready, he ended up whiffing it because he misread the bounce because he had to react in an awkward time. So Genesis just needs to play their game. Like, don't overthink it. Don't, like, yes, KOU is going to be there quick. So just play your game and play it fast.
Yeah, no, this is a very, very different game here. You're seeing Genesis going for more of the counterplay opportunities, letting them take the shots on net, hanging back in their goal, getting those 5 saves to just 1 on the side of Kings of Urban. But they only had 2 shots on 2 goals. That's pretty good efficiency right there for Genesis.
I mean, they're only, which is good. It means they're taking the shots that they know they can make, and they're making plays happen. Granted, one of them was an own goal.
Yeah,
a little unfortunate on the side of Kings of Urban. But either way, that means they're making efficient plays. They just need to do a little more consistency, and they just need to get up in the face of Kings of Urban. Like, don't let Kings of Urban play their game. They're a team that excels at midfield play. They're always there to contest. Their passes are nuts. And oh, I mean, I think they already know how heavy these games mean. So I don't need to tell them to try.
It's incredible how this has panned out for North America right now, where just everything coming down to these last few games here. Game 2 will be moving on to Utopia. Who's the player we're going to jump on board with first? I
definitely want to take a look at Quinn. He's a really, really good passing player. When he's really confident, when he's really on, I really enjoy watching how he melds with Pluto and Espeon.
Pluto going on kickoff, wins the kickoff. Kings of Urban, oh my goodness, Fireburner gets back. They almost got punished by leaving no one in goal. Again, the way that they got punished against iBuyPower. But luckily, Fireburner able to recover from the corner. Not the sort of save you want to have to make. Pluto going to be able to get a stop here as we see Fireburner and Kings of Urban up on the offense, trying to convert out here. Quinn Lobdell getting the touch there, sends it into the corner. Jacob gets a very solid touch to put it all the way back to midfield. Espeon, great re-angle to send it back towards the goal. The response from Fireburner sends it far. Jacob Assad Jr. almost had a good passing play there, not going to work out.
Right now, it's looking like both teams are, a little bit slow after this. I mean, the KOU got that first one, but they didn't get it promisingly.
Sure.
So we don't see anyone coming out of the barrel firing just yet. But either way, KOU always has presence on the field.
That was a dangerous moment there. No Genesis player was really in a good position. Fireburner to Jacob. Nice shot. Jacob almost got a steal in the goal there. We'll call it a goal secure.
Yeah, it looks like both Quinn and Espeon went for that. I'm kind of curious as to what Espeon was doing there. I don't know if he got bumped. It was hard to say. It was just off screen. But Jacob getting a goal steal. A little friendly goals, but it's also a goal secure, just in case someone was coming in. It never hurts.
It's a team game, right? It's the whole team's goal. It's not just one person.
Exactly.
Jacob puts this one up. He's going to bounce out to the midfield. Quinn's there to respond and send it towards the net. Fireburner picks it up, sends it back to midfield. Now Sad Jr. keeping it away from the Genesis players. Fireburner's going to pass it back to Sad Jr., but Espeon able to intercept that one and send it towards the Kings of Urban half of the field. Pluto coming back. Now Quinn up on the wall. Going to try and wrap this one around. He gets it around. No one really there. Jacob able to finally pop that one away from their goal. It's a good setup from Quinn. No one really to finish it. Pluto to Sad Jr. Sad Jr. able to push this into Genesis territory. Quinn able to respond and pick it up. Sad Jr. dunks it on him and keeps it in the corner. Pluto comes out of goal to try and set this one up, but 3 whiffs on the wall. Finally, Pluto gets a foot on it. Try and push it somewhere. Man, it's just back and forth between these two teams at the moment.
Yeah, and if Genesis ever hits the ball and isn't following it...
Oh, there we go. It goes in for Quinn, tying the game up, capitalizing on some defensive miscues.
Yeah, no one really rotated back on defense. Sad Jr. was going to contest the ball. He hesitated just a little bit too long, slowed down, sped back up, didn't read the bounce too well, and he was the one that was supposed to be back on net. I think his teammates expected him to be there as well, so Quinn Lobdell had just a nice open gate to score on.
Genesis keeping these games competitive here in this series. They're only down by 1 game here in game number 2. 3:14 left to go, and it's all tied up. There's a shot from Quinn. Sad Jr. backflips, and there's the lead for Genesis.
I'm pretty sure this was a nice bounce shot off of the ground. Fireburner tried to get a good clear, and it was a decent touch. Jacob wanted to follow up with it, but Quinn gets it just off the ground. The goalie wasn't prepared. Bounce shots are very hard to deal with because you're almost always prepared for a direct shot right above your head, right next to you.
Absolutely.
But when it bounces off the ground, it takes you that extra half second to read. And sometimes it just goes right over your head.
No, you're so right. It was a very, very strong offensive play. I called out, I think it was Sad Jr. there for the,
what?
Oh my goodness, Pluto increasing the lead here to 3-1.
Another open net, it just kind of soars in. Pluto sees his opportunity. He takes it from downfield. Jacob had cheated a little bit too far up, and Fireburner hadn't rotated back quick enough. Again, it's boiling down to like slow defensive rotations.
Absolutely.
Right now. We've watched 2 goals go in like in the last 30 seconds just on a slow defensive rotation.
Kings of Urban needing to tighten things up if they want to take it to Genesis, who is threatening to take game number 2. 2:58 left to go. Pluto set up in goal as Espeon tries to push this out of his own corner. Here comes Pluto to push it out. He's going to play it on the wall, continue to put it out to midfield. He's got it all by himself. He's low on boost, but Jacob is able to read that one, send it away. Quinn not really sure what he wants to do. He's going to play it off the wall, send it towards net. Fireburner comes up for that one. He drew out the goalie if anyone was there to finish it, but Jacob's able to get the foot on it, keep it away. Nice stop from Pluto, keeping that one in the corner. No one there really to do anything with it at the moment, though, from Genesis. It was a good stop. Here comes Espeon on the rotation. Kings of Urban took long enough to get around to that one. You saw Genesis able to get a run, but now Sad Jr.'s just got to get it past a few. Quinn with a critical stop, keeping that one out of goal. 2:19 to go, and we still have Genesis up by 3, and they're threatening again.
I mean, right now both teams are following up well, but they have to be careful. Every time they don't follow up a single ball, they give up possession.
Quinn, Sad Jr. stopping that shot from going in. I said they were up by 3. They're only up by 2. They have 3 points. 2 minutes left in this game as Pluto tries to push this one around. Now Espion doesn't get the shot as Sad Jr. takes a shot on the net. Quinn puts this one up. Espion doesn't know what to do with it, so he leaves it for Quinn, who whiffs. Now Jacob able to push that one back. Pluto responding. Such back and forth between these two teams. Reading it well. The hard clears have been there, and the defense has been able to read those hard clears on both sides and get a hard clear of their own. Just keeps on moving back and forth. Quinn in the corner trying to create a shot for his team. Here comes Pluto sending that one into the box, but Fireburner able to clear it straight towards the other goal. Quinn has to rotate quickly to get the save.
Genesis is getting that midfield presence that KOU has now. They just kept it in the KOU half for what seemed to be about 30 seconds, which is a lot in Rocket League.
Oh man, Sad Jr. with some patience gets it past Pluto, but there's the rotation from Genesis keeping that one out. Fireburner sends it into the far corner. Sad Jr. to put it onto the crossbar. Jacob goes up to finish. There's Fireburner with another shot. Great offensive from Kings of Urban, but they weren't able to get the accuracy they needed to put that one in. Fireburner continuing to keep this pressure on with 1 minute left. Espion trying to play this one off the wall. Pluto got drawn out. Quinn is back on defense, but he did move up aggressively. Sad Jr. going to try and play this one out. Jacob falling back. There's Fireburner off the backboard. Can anyone finish this one? Not going to happen. 52 seconds left. They still need 2, but they have not been able to get anything in despite some aggressive offense.
Right now, the post is killing Kings of Urban right now. They're so close to so many shots.
Oh, there they go. Man, I kept waiting for the Genesis players to move in there, but Fireburner able to put that one in, cut the lead down to just 1.
Pluto caught himself in an awkward place. He was the last defender. He thought that was going to be rolling towards net and he was going to get a nice touch, be able to body block it, but it got touched this side. A good passing play. But right now, the post is killing Kings of Urban. They're just a little, it's hard to criticize when they're making the craziest, most difficult shots. But then again, not putting those in could be the difference between a win or a loss.
And if Kings of Urban, they got 36 seconds, they got to score 1, or we're going to have a tie series here in the last series of our day. Jacob going to try and push this one around. Quinn gets the stop. He knows he's just got to buy some time. 25 seconds left on the clock. And Kings of Urban falling back. I'm not really sure why they aren't playing more aggressive. The ball moving to the far side of the field. No presence there from either team. Espion's the first one to get there. Send a shot on the net. Jacob with the critical save. But with 13 seconds left, they need to get points on the board. Need to step up that midfield defense and move this one out. Right now, they're having trouble clearing it out. The 2 defenders get drawn out. They're very out of position. In no way are they going to be ready to make an offensive anytime soon. Final second. That ball is hitting the backboard and it's going to come down. Sad Jr. passes it out, but it hits the ground. Game 2 going to Genesis. We're all tied up.
Tied up is exactly what I expected. Neck and neck the whole time. Always 1-point games right next to each other. I know these celebrations could be God knows what, but they look like they're happy. They took the win. Right now, both teams 2 games away from potentially making it in.
No, they're keeping their hopes alive. Genesis is still in this, and on the back of a great offensive showing there. 9 shots coming out, only on 3 goals, but incredible stuff. They really took it to Kings of Urban here in game number 2.
At around the halftime mark, I could see Genesis was starting to do what Kings of Urban does. They had so much midfield presence. They weren't letting Kings of Urban clear it out. They were stealing corner boosts whenever they were in there. They were just overall controlling it in their half, and Kings of Urban doesn't like that. They're very strong strikers. They're good passers. Yes, they're also strong defenders, which is why this wasn't, a blowout by any means.
Sure.
But no team likes to be stuck on defense that long, and Genesis has the capabilities of defeating this team.
Absolutely.
So if they can keep that midfield presence up all game, it took them a little bit. Don't hesitate. Just attack that ball, meet them 50-50, get in the way.
Yeah, Genesis, you're talking about midfield defense there. They have 0 saves in this game, yet they've pulled off the win. Keeping that ball, keeping any shots from even materializing on Kings of Urban side. Kings of Urban had to make 5 saves to still just give them the loss here. Very, very different sorts of defense we saw there. Just like you're saying, that midfield defense really coming up clutch right now.
Yeah, preventing the shots from happening is key at this level. You don't want to have to block these shots. They have great accuracy. These guys can place the ball wherever they want. They can hesitate. They can take it whenever. They can make you bite. They can fake you out. So you generally want to just stop that from ever even remotely coming close to happening.
Who's your player to watch here in game number 3?
Sad Jr. does some crazy stuff. I really just enjoy following him. He's an incredible mechanical player. I've seen him do some really wild things. So I think for a while we should definitely take a look at what he can pull off.
Fireburner sends that one into the corner. Pluto tries to respond, but Fireburner's there to send it to the far side. Now Jacob kills the ball in a very cute fashion. Fireburner going to try and put this one around to the corner, but Espion responds. Back and forth on Genesis's half. Pluto gets a very hard clear into the far corner. He's going to bounce around. Can anyone be there to finish? Espion tries, but he just goes a little wide.
Espion didn't have the boost, but that's still the kind of fear you want to put into Kings of Urban. You want to let them know that early on they could lose this game whenever the opportunity arises. And right now we see a lot of good counterattacks coming out of Genesis.
Quinn trying to get up into that one. Jacob sends it around. Now Pluto pops that one up. We've seen some great clears from Pluto all series. This man really knows how to get the ball out of his own half. It'll be a matter of who can clear this one. No one home on defense right now. That was a very interesting positioning there, and I'm surprised Kings of Urban weren't able to punish that one right there. Espeon trying to clear it out of his own half. Quinn waiting patiently, tries to get it past Fireburner. Ball still is dead in orange corner. Jacob puts it around. Pluto, last line of defense. Fireburner gets the first touch, and there's the first point for Kings.
These passing plays are so good at any of those floaters that end up near the net. Looks like Quinn Lobdell went to go try and get that, but Jacob gets it right over his head. Fireburner already prepared, his car oriented, ready for it to come off that sidewall. These guys know how each other play. They know where to expect the ball.
Yeah, Pluto was there to receive it, but Fireburner got there first, able to put that point in. Well done. 3:56 left to go in game number 3. Series all tied up here at the end of the North American group stages. Pluto going to put this one around down to Quinn. Quinn doesn't get the touch on the ground and has to wait for the bounce. He keeps the ball going towards the box, but Sad Jr.'s got all the time he needs to clear it away. Here comes Espeon from the back. Sends it on the backboard. Pluto tries to get up there, but Fireburner beats him again. Quinn on the wall. Going to wrap this one around. As the fall down, can Espeon come up from the back to shoot? He's just going to let them have all the time they want. Finally going to get a clear up to Quinn, who's going to try and get the angle. Oh my goodness, it's going towards the net. Can anyone be there? Jacob didn't get the touch, but Espeon wasn't there either. Quinn going to just bop it with the side of his car towards the goal. This is a dangerous spot. If Genesis can just get in there and capitalize, both players, it looked like, other than Quinn, had fallen back to collect on boost. Looks like Kings of Urban to be able to push out of this one.
We've seen utter mayhem happen in front of both nets, and it just shows the kind of tense plays that these guys are doing. They really are trying to give it their all. They're really trying to put the pressure on, but they're also so scared to let any more goals happen.
Pluto pops that one out. Jacob doesn't go up for it, but Fireburner is there first. Now Jacob taking a shot towards the net. Espeon tries to go for the clear, but it isn't actually necessary and just gets drawn out of goal. Quinn getting a nice critical bump on Jacob there to make him loose, but Jacob recovers well. No one cleared that one out of the way. I'm not really sure what they're doing. Espeon sends that one up towards the mid. Jacob, last line of defense, able to clear it back into the corner. No one home on defense right now for Genesis. It's an open goal. Oh, Jacob could have taken the shot there. That would have been 2 for Kings of Urban. Sad Jr. keeping this one dead at midfield as Quinn tries to pick it up and push it over and just try to create some semblance of an offense.
A lot of times when we see someone get a really hard clear to an open net and no one's there to follow it up, it usually means that they were either just having to play such strong defense that no one could position themselves, or they were getting a lot of boost stolen and no one could catch up for it. So generally when you see that happen, it means that whatever offensive attack they were just dealing with was a little too overwhelming.
Sad Jr. shot onto the backboard, draws 2 players up, but Espeon, the last line of defense, keeps it out. Oh! What? Sad Jr. blocks the shot! Pluto's able to clear it away. Oh, it's so unfortunate for Kings of Urban. He had the shot there, but Sad Jr. unfortunately was in net, kept that shot from going in. Fireburner finally able to finish it. The offensive pressure paying off, making that block not really matter.
Yeah, Sad Jr. just happened to land there. He wasn't able to move out of the way, but it was the only position and angle that his teammate had to put on, but thankfully Fireburner's able to continue the aggression. He's able to keep the shots on, and they just kind of break down the orbit defense until they can't rotate anymore.
1:55 left to go. Genesis has yet to get on the board here. It's 2-0 for Kings of Urban. Fireburner sending that one towards the net. It's going to go a little wide. He needs to play it off the bounce. Quinn doesn't get the touch. Oh my goodness. Espeon coming in from the side. It looked like Fireburner had an easy another goal, but it does not happen. Espeon puts this one up. Pluto moves up for boost and is going to move in for the touch, but he took too long. Sad Jr. is able to get a touch there. Fireburner puts it up onto the wall. Now Sad Jr. over into Genesis territory. Heading towards the box. Pluto is there, able to push it back out. Response from Sad Jr. sends it into the corner. 2 players for Genesis in the corner right now, but they're able to push it towards the midfield line. Fireburner able to respond, send it on the wall. All 3 players stacked up for Genesis. This could be bad, but they give Quinn all the time he needs to push it away and let his teammates get situated behind him. 1 minute left to go. And we still see there's a point almost so close. It goes on to the top of the crossbar. No one there to finish. My goodness, Genesis has had some great opportunities. They just haven't been able to capitalize yet.
Yeah, there's just a few times it takes them a little too long to gather up any play. Oh,
he's not going to get there? What? Oh my goodness! What a play from Pluto there, mainly just kind of a lack of defense from Kings of Urban.
They brings it to a 1-point game with 54 seconds left. Sad Jr. touched it around Fireburner, who was coming from the boost. He had all the time in the world, and Sad Jr., I guess saw an open net, got a little freaked out, and they just put it in, making it a 1-point game with a minute left.
Just imagine Pluto, he's back in his own box, hits a clear, and then he's like, huh, that went in. Well, what do you know? Go figure. Espeon with a great backflip save to keep that one out. 45 seconds left. They're only down by 1. They have benefited from own goals from Kings of Urban this entire series. They left that one very, very wide open, though. I'm not really sure why they're not creating any pressure. With 35 seconds left, they need to be shooting on net. They need to create some aggression. At this point, defense is not going to win them the game. Pluto gets that over the top of Fireburner. Open net. Can Pluto get the shot? Can he just get the angle? No, it pitches. He goes across. Anyone? No, why were you so far back? Quinn couldn't get up into the shot. Oh my goodness, it was so close. 18 seconds left. Here comes Espeon over the top. He puts it onto the backboard. Anyone there to finish? No, they're giving them too much space. And Quinn's back, and it goes in. Oh my goodness. It's such a heartbreaker there for Genesis.
It was devastating. Pluto followed that up, almost got the shot that tied up. It looks like Quinn was expecting it to pinch back instead of pinch across the net. Espeon trying to play a deep touch. I didn't really see what happened just there in defense, why Espeon's pass above the backboard was unanswered, and on top of it was counterattacked so easily.
I just don't understand.
So
I don't understand why Genesis isn't more aggressively positioned right now. You know, when they have just 35 seconds, they only need 1. They had at least 2 options there where had they been any more aggressively positioned, they would have been able to put one in and tie the game up. But instead, it's going to end 3-1. Kings of Urban going up in the series made it so back and forth.
They were so close to tying that up. And again, just there at the last second, we saw them almost sink another one, bringing it back to a 1-point game. They have the capabilities. We are now 2-1 in favor of Kings of Urban. Kings of Urban 1 game away. Genesis has the potential. We've seen them fight so hard. We've seen them do some crazy plays that matches the Kings of Urban play style. But every now and then, like you said, they were just sitting a little too far back. Either they don't trust themselves or they're expecting too much of Kings of Urban. It seems a little bit like they're watching KOU what they're doing, and they just should like watch each other. Yeah. I mean, I've said it too many times already, but it's just like I know what Genesis can do. I know they can bring it to him right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're just a little shy.
It was really interesting. You pointed out a while ago, like it was like Quinn was hanging back for a shot, and then he goes for it. And because he hung back, and Kings of Urban both were like, we're gonna hang back, because he's gonna go for it, right? And then he doesn't go for it, and then they both go for it, and it's like, well, now it's just a 50-50 because we're both going for it at the same time, you know, and just giving each other too much time to think about it. And that giving them time to think about it, I think Kings of Urban's beating them with experience right now. They really have been, you know, such a strong squad for so long, and just, man, the 50-50s, they're winning out right now. And if Genesis could just rotate a little bit faster, they'd be able to create more shots on net, and then that would give them maybe a bit of a chance here. But Kings of Urban, man, they are playing so well.
They're keeping all these to just 1-point games, but Kings of Urban is doing what they need to do. They're making the plays they need to. You know, I'm sure I haven't seen them all. I'm sure there's been plenty of bumps off screen. They are the most frustrating team to deal with in that sense.
My goodness. Game 4, moving on to Manfield. We'll see if Genesis is able to respond to Kings of Urban and bring us back to 2-2 in the series. Definitely the best series we have had so far today. Pluto plays that one off the wall down to Quinn Lobdell. We'll see if they're able to put that one in. Fireburner responds onto the wall. Plays it back now into Genesis territory. Gets the fake he needs, but Pluto going to send that one up to Espeon, who pops it up. Can Pluto finish this one? He's got an opportunity. He gets the angle, but Sad Jr. responds so well. What a read from Sad.
Sad Jr. tipped it off the wall, which is probably the riskiest thing he could have done. Like, yes, it gave him the angle, but if Pluto had been able to put any more power at a different place, it would have been such a tough save for Sad Jr., but he trusts his skill, and so does his team.
Pluto set that one up. Espeon not able to get the response before Jacob tackles him. Now Jacob going to respond. Quinn Lobdell getting the touch. Espeon going to pop it out to the middle again. Can Pluto or Quinn respond? The goal is open, and there's Quinn with the first goal.
The goal was wide open. Espeon with a beautiful undertouch. He reads this so well. He gets behind the ball, puts it literally on target. That actually would have gone in even if Quinn wasn't able to secure it. No one from Kings of Urban was there. Again, I didn't see why, but that was like wide open. Someone went for boost. I have no idea who the other two teammates were.
First point on the board within the first minute. Sad. Both players faking it out there. It looks like it went more in favor of Genesis at this point. They're back on the offense. Is Jacob loose, but still able to get the block. My goodness. And now he's up on the offense. Going to try and create some pressure here. They leave it for Quinn to try and clear out. Sad Jr. gets the read and puts it back onto the wall. He's going to pop this one out for his teammates. No one set up in defense, but no one took a shot either. So now Pluto going to try and push this one out of his own half. Gets it past Fireburner, passes over to Espeon. Jacob intercepts as Quinn in goal. Goes up on the wall to put that one up to his teammates. Fireburner takes a shot. Pluto goes for the block, but doesn't need it as it goes just a little wide. Espeon try and push that one out.
It's quite a scary situation. They have to be careful. I just watched the defender come out of net for Orbit, but it's looking like they weren't able to amount. It's good to make quick counterattacks.
Sure.
but it is scary against a team like Kings of Urban
There's
to
off
pull
the
the goalie
backboard
out.
again. Man, they keep catching him in between the defensive rotation and not shooting. Here's Sad Jr. to finally take a shot. Quinn able to get the block, keep that one away. Now Espion and try and carry that one up. Gonna pop this one back out. Gonna play backwards here just to try and get it past his teammate. Jacob just had enough of that shenanigans and pushes him off the field. Pluto up on the wall, pops it out, keeps it away from the goal, and the interception from Espion. The interception from Espion probably shouldn't have been necessary. It was kind of a sloppy clear from his teammate, but they've gotten it back onto the offense. Here comes Pluto from the back, and he just matrixes right around the ball, missing that one. But Quinn gonna try and set this one up, see if Espion can push it out.
That looked really interesting. It looked like Pluto's wheels touched it at such a weird angle that the ball didn't actually move, but his car did. That was really interesting.
Just give it a nice little kiss.
Yeah, and Kings of Urban has the pressure right now. They have the overall presence, but they're not taking the shots like you're saying. They're making almost a little unnecessary amount of passing plays when they should just be putting pressure on the goal. Even if it's going to get saved, you'll pull the goalies out.
Man, you see, like right there, like Espion is backwards facing his own goal, and no one's here to try and just take some like easy shots at the net. No one in goal right now either for Genesis. Finally, Pluto pushing this one out of his own half. They've had some very unconventional defensive tactics, but so far it hasn't hurt them. They are up by 1 in the series as we have crossed over halftime. Ball crossing to the other side. Jacob up on the wall, gonna try and play this one off. Almost like a freestyle off the wall. Quinn puts it over. Sad Jr. gets a block, but it pops out to midfield. It's past Fireburner. Pluto and Quinn, they're up aggressive. If they could just get it past Sad Jr., but he's able to play this one off the corner. Quinn's following along with him to try and take it from him on the wall. Gets a nice pinch, sets it up. Jacob goes up for this one, gets a slow touch that sends it back to midfield. Here comes Pluto from the back. It's going to hit the crossbar. Can anyone finish? It's popped up. No one really there. Jacob is on the far side. Quinn took the shot, but it went just wide.
We see a lot of situations where the ball gets centered out in the Kings of Urban field, and someone from Genesis really isn't there to contest it. You know, I'd like to sit back and look why they get a little bit slow to the ball. Sometimes we just saw Pluto solo play it up, go up, and then yes, it looked like he wanted to take a shot, but he popped it back anyways. But I'm surprised there was no one there even just to secure it in their half still.
1:25 left to go. Jacob puts this off the crossbar, off the backboard. Quinn able to get a touch on it to clear any shot from happening. But again, as we've been talking about, still a lot of space being left by both sides here. 1:15 left to go. Genesis up on aggression. Espion gets it over 2 players. Sad Jr. tries to take it. He gets it off into the corner. Quinn Lobdell responds on the wall, puts it around the corner. It pops out to mid. Is anyone there to take the shot? Everyone was so far back. Espion shots online. Oh, and he misses. Espion puts it in. That's 2 for the Genesis squad.
I have no idea what just happened or why this worked. No one is here for this. Espion had looped around for boost. I think Sad Jr. thought he had the ball, and I don't know, but there was just a nice lob from Espion.
Yep.
Right over the defender who, again, cheated at a net just a little bit too early. He started to come out, and he wasn't able to pop up underneath that lob.
Quinn Lobdell tries to push this one away. Sad Jr. is going to respond, sending it towards the net, but the clear from Pluto keeps it out. There's an opportunity. They set this one up. Espion is going to try and push it away. Jacob gets the interference to keep it away from Pluto. Now Quinn, back. Espion bullies Quinn on the way back, but Pluto is able to recover, keep that one away. Final 30 seconds. They need to if they're going to be able to force overtime in this game. If they can take this game right now, they will clinch a spot. They will knock Genesis out of the running. But at this point, it looks like Genesis is queued up to possibly be able to force that game, that decisive Game 5. This is so crazy, man.
Yeah, Genesis needs to win the next 2 games to make it in. If they do not win this game and the next one, they will not make it in.
Fireburner gets a shot in. We have 15 seconds left. If they can score this one, they'll be forcing overtime.
I have casted a game earlier today where 2 goals were scored in 2.5 seconds. I don't want to say anything about who's going to win this game. I'm not going to cast a curse this. I'm going to let the players decide.
My goodness, 15 seconds left, and it's all on Kings of Urban. See if they can force this game. That's a good kickoff for Genesis. They put it into the corner. Fireburner comes out from goal, gets a touch onto the net. Good interference from Pluto, puts it back up to the mid. Now Espion whiffs on the touch and leaves it. Jacob and Fireburner pinch that one onto the back wall. Pluto's just going to try and kill this one down into the corner. He puts it around. Fireburner gets it around. It's still on the wall. There's the touch. Game 5 we go into all tied up.
I am not surprised. This is exactly what I expected. It is 2-2 going into Game 5. This game means everything to Genesis.
This means, and it does mean more to Genesis than it does to KOU, because here's the thing. If Genesis wins, they clinch the 3rd spot. Kings of Urban takes spot number 4. But if Kings of Urban wins, and Kings of Urban takes the series 3-2, they take the 4th spot. Mockett takes the 3rd spot.
Yes, this could not be close between all these teams. Right now, KOU's in a good spot. I believe no matter what happens here, KOU will be in.
KOU's in either way, but Genesis has to win to make it into the playoffs.
Genesis needs this game, and they just almost 2-0'd which is the biggest lead we would have. Actually, no, I think it was a 2-point game, the one prior to this for Kings of Urban. But always so close, both these teams. I mean, I can't imagine the pressure these guys feel because I'm freaking out right now. My voice is dying yet again. I'm cracking all over the place. I mean, props to both these teams for taking it every single game. And we're 2-2 right now, going into Game 5, last game of the day. The most important game for so many teams. This couldn't get more scripted if we wanted it.
I feel like, KOU, they got to be feeling pretty good. They're like, either way, we're in. We get to play next week. But Mocket and Genesis, they're both sweating in their boots. And Mocket, I mean, you got feel for Mocket right now. All of their hopes are on what Pluto
they're just watching.
What they're able to do. Because they're just like, we can't do anything. We just just matters what comes down here. But my goodness, they're taking it the full distance. You could not ask for a better end to this series here, and we're going to do it on Beckwith. Here for game number 5, we're going to get underway. Moving forward, Fireburner sends that one over and into Genesis territory. Quinn Lobdell able to respond, send that one towards the net. Sad Jr. gets a clear himself. And now Espion to try and push that one away. Pluto hanging back in the corner, going to try and push this one out of his own corner. Just wins kind of the rocket leap there with Fireburner. We'll see if they're able to move this one out of their own territory. Here's Quinn Lobdell with an opportunity with a shot on the net, but it goes wide. There was no goalie. I don't know why he didn't take the shot.
I think he wanted to. It was a difficult angle. I will give him that. It was a tough angle, but he had the time. Either someone should have told him or he should have looked around a little bit long. Oh!
What a pinch there. Espion sending that one onto the backboard. Pluto is loose in Kings of Urban's goal at the moment. Sad Jr. trying to just push this one out of his own half. An open goal. Fireburner and Jacob get the touch, and there's the first point for Kings of Urban.
Some misplays here on defense. No one rotated back. Looks like Quinn tried to go for it as well as Espion, where in that case, and then they actually almost sabotaged each other, both Fireburner and Jacob wanting that goal more than anything. Thankfully, they were able to bond together and make the goal themselves.
They've combined their powers to score that one. 4:16 left to go. Kings of Urban up by 1. Espion pushes this one around the corner, has it popped out, but it's going to go a little bit far. Here comes Quinn Lobdell to respond. An open net, but no one able to take the shot. Sad Jr. clears this one up onto the far side. Jacob puts it into the corner. Now Pluto going to put it up onto the wall. We're going to see what they're able to do. They're just going to give Kings of Urban the space that they would need to work there. Jacob sends that one over. Quinn Lobdell with an opportunity, but Fireburner able to clear it into Genesis corner.
Right now with a 1-goal lead, Genesis need to put some pressure on.
Oh dear. Ooh. Espion able to clear that one away. That was a dangerous one. Pluto's save kept it out of the net, but he popped it straight into the middle. Luckily for them, no one from Kings of Urban was aggressively positioned enough to finish it. 3:38 left to go. Genesis up and on the aggressive. They need 1 to tie. They need 2 to win. This game means everything to them. If they win this game, they qualify for the online finals. We'll see if they're able to do it. There's a shot from Espion. Pluto, can he get the angle? It's going to pop up the crossbar. There's the tie. Well done.
Pluto staying up, which is a risky play, but he understands. Espion puts it up. This was such a tough read by Pluto. He reads it off the wall, puts it there. No one from Kings of Urban expected it. They thought it was going to come bouncing out. No one retreated in net, tying the game up, keeping themselves in the runnings for this game.
They're still in it, man. They can do this. 3:23 left to go. Sad Jr. gets it past Quinn and Espion. He's just got to get under Pluto. Quinn tries to get the save, but there's the play from Kings of Urban. Sad Jr. putting his team up.
Sad Jr. following this through. Again, just such high mechanical skill. He waited, he waited, he waited. He's like, now. He saw Pluto come out for it. The patience, that means you have to know exactly what you're doing.
Amazing play from Sad Jr. 2-1 in favor of Kings of Urban. 3:19 left to go in this final decisive game. Sad Jr. trying to pop that one over. Fireburner is able to push this one up. There's the response from Espion, sending it towards the net. Jacob sends it to the far wall. Pluto responds, sending it back to the Kings of Urban corner. Espion is up alongside Pluto. Some very aggressive positioning. Pluto goes for the boost starve, and Quinn takes a shot. They still have an opportunity. Espion can get it past Sad. They're very low, and Espion able to get it through. Jacob tried to come in from the wall, but it didn't matter. Tie game.
Espion showing that he's just as mechanically sound. He waits so patiently for this. He gets the slow touch. They thought it was going to be a little faster, and it looks like Jacob whizzes by. I have also found out that if Genesis takes this, they make it to the LAN, because they'll have enough points. Real? But if they don't, they won't make it to the LAN. This is literally make or break for Genesis for the live finals.
I hope they aren't listening to the stream. I hope they're just playing their hearts out right now. We're not getting their nerves up. This is everything do or die time for Genesis. 2:50 to go. Kings of Urban trying to shut them down, make their patch to the LAN a lot easier. Obviously, Genesis is playing so well. I would not want to play them again if I was Kings of Urban. Sad Jr. sending that one over to the side. Pluto puts it onto the wall. Now Espion sends it onto the backboard. It's going to roll up here. No, it's going to pop out. Very interesting pop. Pluto sends it towards the net. It's going to go just wide of the post. A good opportunity, but we've just crossed halftime. Still all tied up.
That placement, but look what they're doing to Kings of Urban. They're forcing them into these weak defensive touches into really bad positions, and this is what they have to do. Kings of Urban doesn't like being on defense.
They're trying to push this one out of their own half, but they're giving Genesis so much space to work with. Now it's Sad Jr. coming up. Espeon gets it past him. Fireburner able to put that one around the corner. Espeon loose in Kings of Urban goal. Quinn is able to push this one up, pop it out, gets a very hard pop. It's going to send it very far. Fireburner up to respond, sends it towards the goal, slow enough that Pluto's able to put it into Kings of Urban corner and pop this one off the backboard. Anyone there to finish? Espeon puts it up and just above the crossbar. Quinn comes up for the dunk, but doesn't get the touch, and now they're going to be able to push this one away. Kings of Urban dodging another bullet there, but Espeon makes the shot. Quinn able to put it in. There's the lead for Genesis.
There they go, putting themselves in for the contest. This couldn't be more exciting and exhilarating to watch these guys fight for this. Pluto puts it aside. Looks like Espeon and Quinn almost bumped into each other. He might have actually pinched that off of Espeon's head. I do not know, but Quinn put it in last second after missing that first shot. I'm sure he feels a little better being able to redeem himself.
I cannot believe how close this game is between these two teams. 1:40 left to go. Fireburner sends this one out. We know Kings of Urban can play so strong. They can easily take this one and knock Genesis out. But Genesis fighting for their life, fighting for their opportunity to go and represent North America at the live finals in Hollywood. Jacob setting this one up. I'm going to push that one towards the goal. Great clear from Pluto, pushing that one away. 1:23 left to go. They just got to hold on for 1 minute and 20 seconds, and they will be punching their ticket to Hollywood. Kings of Urban, by the way, they've already punched their ticket to Hollywood. That's why we're not hyping that as much, because they have qualified. They've managed to take second place last qualifier. Quinn Lobdell, last place. Oh my goodness,
Whoa!
what a save from Quinn. Keeping that out. They have 1 minute to hold on. They're holding on with the defense. This is amazing.
He had gotten bumped, I think, which is why he was in such an awkward position, but he managed to get there just in time before it sinks in. They're trying to keep this lead so well. It's like they both want to keep their aggression on to put Kings of Urban in a bad place, but they want to keep someone in net. It's that scary decision you have to make as a team.
Oh, Espeon being so patient, trying to play it correctly, but Jacob reads it and puts it into the corner. He's going to pop that one out. It's going to fall down in front of the box. Now Pluto and Espeon get tangled up on top of each other. It's all up to Quinn and what he does. He gets enough of a bump that the other players are able to get untangled, and the ball pops up to mid, but Jacob coming to respond, sends it towards net. What an angle. It's going to drop. Sad Jr. interrupts it. It's a good decision, but it still does not give the point they need on the board. 25 seconds left. It's all down to this. Pluto sends one towards the net. It doesn't go in. It's popped out to mid. There's the shot from Espeon going just high. Sad Jr. able to send that one away. 15 seconds. Quinn is going to try and push this one up on the wall. Just push it out. Gets it past Sad Jr. Plays it patiently enough. Pluto and Espeon, they're set up in goal. They push it over to the side. Fireburner trying to get this one around. Espeon clears it away. Final countdown. Quinn set up in goal. Is it going to happen? Is it going to touch, or are they going to be able to put it in? They're set up for it. They might be able to pull it off. Pluto gets the touch, and there they go. Genesis is going to the finals.
Genesis and Kings of Urban clinch third and fourth place. Congratulations to both of these guys. I cannot believe this. This couldn't have been any closer.
Oh,
what?
Man, just down to the last moment there. Kings had the opportunity to pull it off, and Genesis's defense holds. They're able to pull that one through. Genesis taking spot number 3, Kings of Urban taking spot number 4. They're both going to play next week in the online finals. They're both going to be going to Hollywood. Amazing stuff from these squads.
I cannot believe this. This just happened in a boat. I mean, they just 3-2'd Kings of Urban, which is not an easy feat to do.
No.
But with so much weight on their shoulders, they pulled it through. Coming through so well in this game 5. It was at the 0 second, getting in front of their net. I know that Kings of Urban has the capabilities of taking that shot.
My goodness, they did so well. And Pluto had a tummy ache too, but he managed to play so well with a tummy ache. Well done to Genesis and Kings of Urban, both qualifying for the online and the live finals. We'll be passing it back over to the desk where I'm sure there's a very excited James Bott waiting to talk about his boy Espeon and that squad. Genesis, guys, tell us what you saw.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, what an exciting match. What a great way to end our broadcast, that match. Everything on the line, and like, we don't even know if Genesis really knew the extent of the implications of that match because it was so crazy because of all the tiebreakers and stuff. Guys, let's talk about it.
Yeah, that actually knocked out Mocket plus Lucky Bounce. Neither of those teams can make the LAN. We actually have our 4 teams for the LAN because of that game. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's... And we harped on it every single broadcast, the importance of one single point. And that was illustrated here today with the 4-way tie that we had. Like 4 teams, 19 and 16, I believe is what it ended up to be. And it came down to just the tiebreaker rules. So if they would have just got 1 extra point, they could have avoided all of this stress.
Incredible match and everything on the line. Let's take a look at the Mobile One high performance replay. Take a look at the highlights from that match.
Sad Jr. is a beast. Just simple as that. Like, I didn't get the cast or be on the desk for the last game, but Sad Jr.'s been going off all day with amazing shot after shot.
Yeah, it must have been the Marauder, but really Quinn for Genesis, played so well these first games. He's single-handedly brought his team and elevated them to this situation where they're finally going to be able to go.
Yeah, and Quinn is not their goal scorer. He's probably their third man. And then Sad Jr. actually blocked a shot from Kings of Urban there. Not much he could do. He was kind of just in the way, and the shot happened to hit him. So I wouldn't really blame Sad there. But they do get the goal anyway, off a Sad pass to Fire.
Just continued pressure. But again, Quinn, not only on the offensive side of the ball, but look at that. He gets the saves, just trying to preserve this lead for Genesis. Quinn, so on point.
And you never let Sad Jr. dribble the ball right in front of your goalie. He's going to make you look really dumb 90% of the time. And he was, like, again, just going off. And then, who's this, Quinn with that last second save?
Oh, that ball. I
Oh.
thought it was in the net. And I cannot imagine the pressure. This was the biggest game that Genesis has ever played in their life, or any team. Where you win, you're going to Hollywood. You lose, you stay home. That must have been so much pressure, and to see them come through and take that was something special.
And I think it speaks to just how evenly matched all the teams are right now, in North America especially. It's a bruiser. It literally came down to the last game there to decide some pretty big implications. Let's take a look at the standings for North America. These are your final, I guess you could say that the top 8 teams in North America. These are the final results.
And I have to give you credit, Gibbs, because we were talking in our podcast last night, and you actually predicted Lucky Bounce taking #1 in groups, which I don't know how you do it, man. Like, that is incredible.
I literally rolled a die, but it's insane how close it is. Like, Cosmic actually finishes in 5th after tiebreaker, so this is a little bit out of order, but they come in 5th, like right after coming in 1st in the first group. So that's how tight North America is right now, near the top. It's super exciting to see that teams are battling out. There's like 5 or 6 teams battling out for that top spot right now, which has never been that way in all of Rocket League's history so far, so it's really exciting to see.
Yeah, and Lucky Bounce, though, and Exodus, these guys, the new dogs in NA, you've got to be careful against them because they are scary. Yeah, especially Lucky Bounce. They compete in tournament after tournament. They play in ESL, VVV, Gfinity. They put in the work, and it's finally showing off, taking down the #1 spot in groups, and I am so excited to watch the online finals because it's refreshing not knowing what's going to happen.
It's really, but like putting in work like Garrett G too. He played 250 games the first week of the patch came out. No one else was even close to that number. It just shows that if you put in the work, results will show. Unless you're James Bond, he's really bad. But besides that,
man.
Of course, that means we have our 4 teams for the LAN. We also have our 4 teams for the online final for North America next week. Now, the format for the North American final, we discussed it a little bit earlier on the show. Best of 7s all throughout. Now, you North America fans, this is next Saturday. We're going live at noon, same time, twitch.tv/Rocket League. It would behoove you just to keep your stream on all the time. Like, why would you watch anything else?
Yep, we have Lucky Bounce versus Kings of Urban in one of the semifinal matches, and Genesis versus Exodus, the rematch of the 3rd place game from the last groups. But all between best of 7, we have a 3rd place game as well. Prize money for top 2. It's going to be exciting. Plus, they're playing for seeds in the LAN. Like, sure, you made the LAN, but you want that top seed because you'd rather face the 4th best Europe team versus like Weedham Girls.
If you have to pick between playing the Flying Dutchman or Maka you versus Weedham Girls or Flipside, I don't know if you guys were watching last weekend with Weedham Girls and Flipside, but I would want to stay as far away from them for as long as possible.
Yeah, so there's still a ton on the line. Like, even though we know the 4 teams, there's still a ton here to determine.
Yeah, definitely a lot still to watch out for, including tomorrow. But before I get into that, we are about to sign out, so I'd like to give you guys the opportunity. Any final words before we close out the show here?
I got nothing, man.
Happy Canada Day and 4th of July. What a way to celebrate it with some crazy Rocket League.
Congrats to Genesis. That last second win was insane, but just great Rocket League all around today.
Yeah, absolutely, and it just gets even spicier tomorrow. I think it's like 14 hours from now or something. We'll be right back here, so stay tuned to twitch.tv/Rocket League. If you thought NA was awesome, Europe is going to it's going to blow your mind because these are the absolute top Rocket League players in the world, and we're finishing up their group stage.